Ownership's the best way to build wealth, and buying a business is the fastest way to get there. We spend our days looking at small businesses to purchase for ourselves and others. During our evaluations, we find some crazy things. Now, one of the worst was a drug rehab facility that we looked at in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, several years ago. So I looked through the financials and they're showing a loss, which is not unusual because usually you can depreciate away your cash flow. But this was before the days of bonus depreciation, so it was a little tougher back then. This business had a lot of unusual expenses that were leading to these losses. So I asked the seller what was going on, and he walked me through an elaborate scheme to create about $2 million of fake expenses. He was paying companies that he owned and passing it through multiple entities before it eventually got to him. Now, in practice, the tax liabilities should flow through all of those entities. So at the end of the day, he's liable for the tax no matter what. I think just in his mind, he thought that he had hidden it enough that the IRS wasn't going to catch him. And now this was a few years ago. They might have caught him by now, but I really don't know. But this guy really wanted us to add back these expenses when calculating the multiple for the business. So he really went through essentially his fraud in great detail. So at the end of the day, we didn't buy the business. I figured if someone's taking it to that level to defraud the IRS, they're obviously willing to defraud me. And also, there was no way a bank was going to give us credit to add those back, so financing probably wasn't an option. And that's one thing to keep in mind if you do own a business and you're flowing lots of personal expenses through there and you're expecting to sell that business at some point. Keep in mind the bank probably won't give the business credit for that cash flow. So typically, if you're within 3 years of thinking about selling your business and you're running some personal expenses through the business, you should stop doing that, and the bank isn't going to give you credit for it. Reach out if you want to talk more, and let us know if you want our help evaluating a business.